رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وسلم. Assalamu alaikum brothers. Jazakumullah khair for coming to this week's MOD talk. As all of us are aware, we're well into Ramadan now, alhamdulillah. It's a month which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam described the days as being the best days amongst all the days. He described the nights as being amongst the best of nights, and he described the hours even as being amongst the best of all the hours. So I encourage all the brothers, including myself, that we should utilize the month, inshallah, as much as possible, and may Allah accept our siyam and qiyam and all our good deeds and forgive all our sins. Ameen. As you brothers are aware, today's title is Mercy, Forgiveness and Salvation. As you can tell from looking at Jamil's face, he wasn't meant to be the speaker today. But the brother who was going to give the talk, Brother Alam, unfortunately is ill. The brother's been having some medical problems subhanAllah, for the past 12 months. So the brother's asked if we can make some dua for him. So may Allah give him some shifa and aid his recovery, inshallah. So we've got the next best thing. We've got Brother Jamil. Who's, alhamdulillah, not for the first time, who's decided to step in, and he will give a talk, inshallah, on something, a topic very similar, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I'll stand up. I'll do my usual. I can't unfortunately sit and give a talk. Alhamdulillah, the month of Ramadan, once again, all praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbul Alameen, Lord of the worlds, that He has given us the hayah, the life, once again to enter upon another month of Ramadan. As I can see from some of the, alhamdulillah, the dresses brothers are wearing, you know, some you can tell that normally they don't wear that. But alhamdulillah, for Ramadan, the spiritual vibes and everything are coming in, which is good. The consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the feeling of connection, the realization of our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He's our Rabb, it's all coming in, which is brilliant. The subject today, as the brother mentioned, it's about mercy, forgiveness and salvation. I'm going to try and, you know, I've had very little time to prepare, but I'm going to try and inshallah keep it to this topic. One of the realities of the young brothers today, and I think we're all probably familiar with this mentality, is, you know, I've committed so much sins, I've lived my life in a complete jahil way, I've gone so far down the rails, so far down the track, you know, there's just no hope for me, no turning back. Who's heard anyone with that kind of mindset? Alhamdulillah, quite a few hands are coming up. There's quite a few. Some of us probably had that mindset. Some of us are probably struggling with that mindset at the moment. Or some of us have probably recently been in conversations with our friends who are probably on that mindset. You know, we're human beings, we're insan, and you know, those who know Arabic understand that the word insan comes from the root letters, which effectively mean being weak. You know, there's weakness as human beings. We'll make mistakes. Whether you're Muslim, whether you're not Muslim, people make mistakes. And obviously as Muslims, we're bound to live our lives based on the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, being a human being will make mistakes. And I'll come on to why I'm emphasizing this point afterwards. But I want brothers to open up a little bit and let's talk about some of the sins. What is it? What is it that brothers think that they've committed sins, that they're so far down the road, there's no hope for them, no turning back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive them. You are just doomed to go to Jahannam, hell. So what kind of sins do we know of in this day and age? And I want to keep it real, as in on the streets, what young brothers are really getting up to, yeah? I know we've got some mashallah 8-9-year-old brothers there. The probably biggest sin you've committed is sneaking outside without telling your papa, yeah? But, you know, inshallah, you know, ask for forgiveness, apologize to your dad. But the older brothers, I want to keep it really frank and real, because I've heard some stuff which I know some people have been put off from coming into the deen because they think that's it, they've just gone too far off the tracks. So what kind of stuff are we talking about? Anyone want to help me out?
Smoking weed, drinking alcohol,
Smoking weed,
checking
alcohol,
girl, sleeping with girls,
sleeping with girls.
stealing, credit card frauds, shotting weed, shotting coke.
Okay, let's give the other brothers some opportunity. I think you're going to steal all the rewards, man. All right, brother at the front.
I heard someone say abortion.
Abortion. Abortion. That is definitely one of them. Actually, one of the brothers, one of my mates who's a doctor, works in one of the hospitals, was telling me the amount of Muslim sisters that come in for abortions is just horrific. So when I'm talking about some of these crimes, some of these sins, it's brothers and sisters, meaning as Muslims. What else? Anyone else have examples? Okay, let's stick with the ones we've heard.
Killing each other.
Killing each other. Killing each other, shooting, stabbing, gang fights. If you're in South London, they use the term gang banging. Whatever. But basically, you know, gang fights, beefs and all that kind of stuff. Now, let's look into some of these examples and then we'll try and understand, you know, how bad are these sins, you know. We know that definitely around these areas, you know, if you've heard of Cromer Street Boys and Drummond Street Boys and, you know, if you're from East London, you've probably heard of Brick Lane Boys and stuff. This is mostly the Bangladeshi sort of community. I'm not sure about the other communities, Pakistani community, but the Muslims different postcodes and different neighborhoods and they've got gangs and labels and stuff. And one thing common between all of them, I was giving a talk on Friday and I'm you know, if I've cussed anyone, I do apologize, but I was talking about how all the brothers think they're unique. You know, it's funny that they're all into blazing, they're all into drinking, they're all into girls, and they're all into this image consciousness thing, but somehow they believe they're unique and original. And I just can't get my head around that. I call it the sheep lifestyle. But anyway, put that aside. The sins that we commit, why do we feel that these are so bad? Why do we feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to forgive us, is not going to allow us in any way to come back on the right path and turn to Jannah? And to get our head around this, I'm going to relate to you the story. It's a famous story. A lot of people know this story, actually. It's the story about the guy who killed 100 people. Okay? I know some people know this. But this story actually has an immense lesson for us to learn. And it can actually be a complete life changer for us. Okay? So let's look at some of these examples. Okay, sleeping with a girl. Alright, we know a lot of the hotel bookings and all that kind of stuff go on. Especially after Ramadan and Eid is coming up, celebration. You'll probably hear a lot of that kind of stuff. Blazing, you know, drinking, partying, house parties, all that kind of stuff goes on. Okay? Would any of us say that is a worse crime as taking someone's life?
No.
You know, in the Quran, in a rough translation of a verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about roughly, you know, whoever saves a life, it's as if he has saved the whole of humanity. And whoever takes a life, it's as if he has taken the whole of humanity. This is one of the biggest crimes. And I want to ask the audience here, put your hand up if you've killed anyone before. There's no police officers here. Yeah, like someone's going to put their hand up if they killed someone. Of course not. But the point I'm making, brothers, is killing someone is a major crime. You know that, I think a lot of us, we know that we've done stuff. We've probably jumped people, we've beaten someone up, we've probably left them, you know, GBH or whatever it is, yeah, sent them to hospital, hospitalized them. But killing someone is just on another level altogether, okay? It's a very, very serious crime. Not just within the rules of Islam. If you look at any other man-made laws, obviously man-made laws are corrupt and weak, but you can see the human reaction to taking a life. It's a serious crime. How does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look at this? And obviously the verse that I've quoted is as if you've destroyed the whole of mankind, whoever takes a life. And whoever saves a life, it's as if he saved the whole of mankind. This is a story of a man who killed 99 people. Okay? He killed 99 people. Alright, just now we were talking about all the examples of different crimes. But none of these are compared to taking a life. Alright? And this man hasn't taken 1 life, 10 lives, 20, 30, 50. He has taken 99 lives. Okay? And after 99 lives, some of us might think, a bit late in the day sort of thing, yeah? But after taking 99 lives, it suddenly hits him and he realizes that, you know what? He's going to die. And he's going to have to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's going to have to face his Lord. Now what's he going to do? Is there any hope for him? And that bothered him a lot. So he started going around asking people, finding out, you know, is there any way I can know? Is there any hope for me? I've killed 99 people.